We live in an age of empty abundance, fake freedom, fake urgency, and fake wealth. You scroll past thousands of voices telling you to chase more digits, more hustle, more noise. But what if the real game was less? And what if the most powerful financial decision you could make in your life was to quietly stack something most people still don't even understand? Now that's the part they don't get about 1 million Satoshis. It's not just a number, it's not a flex, it's not a meme, but it's a mirror, and it reveals something uncomfortable. And that is that most people who touch 1 million Satoshis will never hold on to it long enough to matter. Now, not because they can't, but because they're wired to let it go. Now, if you haven't stacked your first million Satoshis, well, I have something which will really help you out. Now, this is one of my free playbooks, and it's called the Stacker. Now, this is also part of a series, which you can check out just here as well by clicking this link. And if you do want to check this out, I'll link it down in the description below. See, we're not taught to value time. We're taught to spend it. And we're not taught to understand money. We're taught to chase symbols of it. So even when someone stumbles into something real, like Bitcoin, they still treat it like the system they're trying to escape. They get 1 million Satoshis. Then they ask, how high will it go? They stare at the chart like it's a god. They refresh the price like it'll give them meaning. And when it finally spikes, they sell it. Now, not because they're free, but because they're still afraid. Afraid to believe that waiting could be the most profitable decision of their life. Afraid to see that letting go of control is how you actually gain it. And afraid to admit their money story is still playing out in fiat terms. See, the 1 million sats trap isn't about price. It's about mindset. It's about how quickly people turn something scarce into something disposable. They chase volatility. They treat Bitcoin like a scratch-off ticket, and they sell the key to sovereignty for a dopamine hit. And then they tell themselves that they were smart, rational, strategic, but deep down it was fear, because conviction doesn't feel exciting. It feels quiet, it feels boring, and in a world addicted to noise, holding something and saying nothing is the rarest form of strength. See, there will be a time, not far from now, when people will beg to own just 1 million Satoshis. They'll write think pieces about it, they'll quote the math, they'll call it obvious, but they won't talk about how they sold it too early, or how they laughed when you were stacking, or how they once held it and let it go. Because that's the trap. Now, not just losing the Satoshis, but losing the self-control that holding them required. See, imagine this. You're holding a seed, and you're told it will grow into a tree so valuable your family will be able to eat from it for generations. But it takes years, no shortcuts, no hacks, no flip this mindset. Just care, just patience and faith. But now imagine you sell that seed for $300 and you feel smart for a moment. Now that's what most people would do with their sats. They'll trade the tree for fast food and they'll call it profit. See, 1 million sats is not your win. It's your test. It asks you, can you value what others can't see yet? Can you ignore the noise long enough to protect signal? And can you hold not because of hype, but because of truth? Now most people can't, and that's why most people won't make it. Because the real wealth transfer is not money moving from the poor to the rich, it's wealth moving from the impatient to the sovereign. So if you've stacked 1 million Satoshis, don't celebrate too early. Ask yourself, who do I need to become to keep them? Now, not just through price swings, but through the moments that everyone else cashes out. Because when that time comes, your biggest threat won't be inflation. It will be you. So if you're holding 1 million sats, you've already won half the battle. But now win the war. Don't just buy Bitcoin, become someone who's worthy of holding it. Now the trap is real, but so is your exit. So hold tight, because the future's watching. Now I'm just going to chuck this in here one last time. If you do want to come and check this out, this is my playbook called The Stacker, and I'll link it down in the description below. Now, if you've made it this far, and if you're not too sure what to watch next, well, I have this playlist for you just here, which you can go ahead and binge watch if you enjoy watching my content, or if you just want to watch a single video, you can watch this one just here, which is recommended to you by YouTube.